Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Nompumelelo Skosana Lelo, the boss woman. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and if it's your first time here, please, the first thing that I will humbly ask you to do, please subscribe into my channel. Then you can proceed to like and comment and all those works. For those who are returning, thank you so much for taking your time to click on my video and listen to what I have to say. Batini, regular deculars. I love you so much. We are over 100 subscribers now. I'm very excited because I always say, as for me and my house, we would clap for the seedling before it even becomes a tree. I truly appreciate it. To the 100, where am I? 115 or 110 subscribers, and I believe that you guys can take me to 200 subscribers, to 1,000, and more and more and more. Well, today it's yet another sit down with the boss woman. Okay, it's not a traveling vlog. Well, I've put my passport or idea me aside. We are recovering the sense, but obviously one of the reasons I wanted my YouTube channel to be about is to impact positive energy, is to mentor, is to teach, is to share tips on how we tackle certain things. So what I'm gonna talk about today is to how to thrive in your 20s as a young person or as a woman, because women are my ministry. I love women. I love seeing young women thrive and becoming the best version of themselves. Wow, that's what I'm about. Anyway, housekeeping out of the way, I want to talk about how you, as a young person, as a young woman, can thrive in your 20s. Never relax in your 20s. Your 20s are very critical as much as the 30s are critical or 40s are critical. So I wrote notes down. That's how I take this serious. Basically, lona ngumhlangano wabo mama wangolosine. Even though I'm gonna post this on Sunday, I would have edited and stuff. But if you're a young woman who is driven, who wants to take their lives to the next level, this video is for you. If you are a young man or a man, I believe you can still definitely listen to these videos because there are certain points that you can still benefit on. Okay, thank you so much. So the reason why I'm so passionate about young people thriving while they are still young, I believe that when you plant a seed earlier, you're really at advantage than the person who decides to plant a seed later on in life. So if you want to live an impactful life or ipilo any direction, any purpose, and thriving in your 20s, you have to be a curious person, and at the same time you have to be a person who doesn't mind to be seen failing, who doesn't mind to be seen started. Actually, that's what motivated me to start my YouTube channel. I was like, you know what, I have so much to share, but also I want to be a girl's girl. I want to be a big sister, a good aunt, and I want to be a great person within society that, you know what, we can hold hands with each other and we can thrive together. I'm for that shame. So I believe that there's certain characteristics that you have to develop within yourself to become that person in the society, but also for you to work on your personal development. As I've already mentioned, you have to be a curious person. What do I mean by that? You have to be a person who asks questions. Who's okay? Why are they doing this? What is the main reason? I'm asking. When By the way, I'm saying this because in my early stages of my career, my manager became more like my mentor. I'll never forget Riran Zumanganya. Shout out to you. Ri, you were the best thing that happened to me when I was an intern at the time. She said, Lelo, you have to be curious. You can't just take directions or instruction because when you instruct, ask why and what is the purpose. It's easier for you to execute on task when you know why you're doing it. Another best thing to do in your 20s, lesson from my mother. My mother says, as much as you are developing yourself or you're grooming yourself to be a great person career wise, or great person as a wife, if you're married, great friend, great nje, yabona, great. She says that you have to also, especially as a woman, thrive to take care of yourself, be beautiful in simple terms. As much as society usually frowns and say, oh, slay queens and so whatever, but if you have the means, as a woman, take care of your physical health. It impacts a lot in you becoming productive. I mean, I think that is science. That is science. That is science. You have to take care of yourself, but not just you putting on a makeup or you doing your hair and stuff, but also learn how to take care of yourself. Learn what is your body type. I mean, in the year 2024, I had to learn that what is my body type, what type of food I have to give for the people that have my body type. So you have to take care of yourself. If you feel like that you don't like the body that you have, change it, honey. It's either you eat healthy, exercise, I don't care, or whether you get a BBL or whatever, but take care of yourself. But I highly recommend the healthiest and the process way of doing things, like eating healthy, exercising, you know, and managing your BMI and all that. It is very important. And shout out to my mom for that because that advice came from her. Then another one that I had to learn in my late 20s. In my early 20s, it was not a fully grasped concept. You have to learn boundaries. Guys, the moment people notice that when you are a people's pleaser, hey, usenjeni mfanam, you are in the dog. You are in the dog because you're gonna meet takers. And you know what they say about takers? Takers don't know how to stop. So you have to sit down with yourself, list your boundaries. Which told me, okay, I don't appreciate this. Mina, if you do this to me, I'm out. For example, I was supposed to go on a date with a certain man. Okay, fine. On that particular day, I was gonna study at library, so I went to the library for like 4 hours. I did my schoolwork and stuff. Around one, I went back to my place. I fixed my hair. I changed outfits. I mean, I'm going to a date, and this guy said we should meet at a certain golf club, and I was like, cool. And I think when we were not 20 minutes away from the time we agreed with, he said, where are you? And I told him, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run a bit late with 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Guys, guess what? When I get to that golf club, my guy was not there. Then later on, around 2 hours, he sent a message. Yeah, it's like, yeah, since you were not responding immediately, and I was responding, I had to go, guys. But because I'm a person of peace and whatever, I accepted, but I made a vow that I will never meet that guy again. Wow. If he sees this, oh wow. But when people show you who they are, believe them. This is on the context of boundaries. Actually, it's so sad, especially for women. I realize we're in an era where women are much more desperate to be in relationships. They are much desperate to be married than men. And I think men can notice that. So that's why so many people or rather break their boundaries just because they want to get married to these people. If you are Team Begazala, I'm still not judging, but all I'm saying, if you are a person, you have to have boundaries and be a person who lives by your own convictions, especially if those convictions are God driven, aligned. You will enjoy your 20s and you will never regret in your 30s. You have to take care of your mental health. It's more related to setting up boundaries, but you have to take care of your mental health, especially if you are a young woman who is already woman 20s work. One of the best things, which was going to be my next point, but your mental health is you saying no to things that do not serve you, or to things that are not aligned with the purpose that God has shown you. But if God has not yet shown you the purpose, don't worry. While you're embarking on a journey of awakening, definitely your purpose will be aligned, or not aligned per se, revealed. Okay, so you have to be a person who takes care of their health. When you take care of their health, that windows covers everything, covers even what? Mental health. So I highly recommend exercising. Exercising. What do you mean you are young and now exercise? Okay, yeah, let's say you don't love exercising, but at least try to do cute home workouts and sweat a bit. I believe that if you are striving to be a productive person, that is gonna impact on you greatly. It's gonna impact on you actually 75% to your productivity. If you have not tried it before, try it. Try it kancane. But oh, I have a perfect body, I don't have to exercise. Listen, exercising has nothing to do, okay, it has to do with that also, but it has nothing, it doesn't giving and done has nothing to do with losing weight only. Yes, I think that's the better way. We exercise for our mental health. We exercise to be fit people. We exercise for our physical health. Because I know that a lot of people thinking, oh, we exercise for lose weight. No, it's supposed to be a lifestyle. You have to have a good relationship with money. It's unfortunate that there are certain people that the only time they learn how to manage money is when they reach retirement. I mean, we see this with our parents or relatives, or in their 50s or 40s. You don't have to. Right in your 20s or early 30s or whatever age, you can start practicing good money habits. And how do you do that? Obviously, start by learning how to save, how to invest, how to budget, and how to be a person that is resourceful, how to be a person that learns how to generate other streams of income rather than depending on a salary. And somebody might be saying, oh, but I'm not employed, I don't relate to this. Let me tell you, you can be as resourceful, you can apply as much discipline while you're still unemployed. Whatever cash you make, you can use it effectively. Let me tell you, which year was this? Okay, the year is 2018, and I'm 22 years old, and I realized that I failed the module, and this module was a second year module. I was still in varsity, by the way, but I knew that okay, that meant that I'm gonna stay at home and go back to school second semester. But because I'm a calculative person and I'm such a think ahead type of person, I was like, you know what, this is a sign I'm moving to Joburg. But because I learned the culture of saving from varsity, that particular December or Jan, I think I was sitting on 12K. Then I contacted one of my friends. I'm like, friend, I'm looking for accommodation. So can you accommodate me for the month? I think I got the Ngabon 15. So I paid rent to her for like 2 weeks. But guys, people don't believe it. I came to Joburg with just my bag and impahla, and with just my dreams that were installed here. So I went to Joburg without getting a job, but I believe that whatever I'm gonna do here is gonna lead me to my destiny. As much as it's not gonna happen immediately, but I knew that moving out of home was the ticket for me. Moving out of home made sense. So, with that being said, the point is if you can, move out of your mother's house or move out of your granny's house or your daddy's house. And disclaimer, I'm saying if you can. Why I'm saying this point is that when you move out of home, there is an awakening that happens, because especially if you come from rural areas or like not in the city, because I don't come from the city. So I felt like the stuff that I wanted to do, radio and all the other things, voiceovers, I needed to be in Joburg. Guys, to tell you what, it was not easy. I suffered. Hey, what's in there, girl? I have suffered for 19 years. It's time for me to wear at home in a boat in Dubai. So all I can say, I suffered for 19 years in Johannesburg. But what I'm saying that it always not been easy. And shout out to my mother, because for the first 6 months, she was willing to pay my rent, but that's where she was ending. And naye bekungamandla wakhe lawo. So I used to like starve for real. I remember there was this other day, the only thing I was remaining with, bekuyi-tea bag etiye, guys. And I knew I couldn't go back to my mother to ask her again. I mean, I asked my dad, my dad. Obviously, that man hates me. He will say I'm not man, so I couldn't. I remember there was a time I had no sanitary pads. So for me, when I'm on my periods, I would go into the mall, go to the bathroom, because there's tissues there, and I'll roll the tissues. What roll maybe I'll be 6 so that I can get died when I'm on my periods. This is probably the stories my mother doesn't know, but I couldn't tell anyone at the time because I chose this life. I chose to come to Joburg with no job, with nothing but the hope of dreams. So I'm just sharing that scenario that when you choose for independence, sometimes things do not fall into place immediately. You're gonna be tested. And if you made a vow that, you know what, I'm moving out of home and I'm doing this, then you have to embrace the challenges that come with. I believe if I gave up that particular year, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be I wouldn't be carrying so much experiences that I still learn from today. So definitely moving out of your parents' house if you can. Obviously, this is not applied to everyone, but if you can, especially if you feel like you feel stuck at home, okay, danko. You have to be a person who sets goals in your 20s. What do I mean about that? Holistically, the common one, I think I've mentioned this before, even in my brief videos, we always say create a vision board. But what do you mean create a vision board? Because that is very, very, very broad. What we mean is that every morning you have to be a person that wakes up with intention. I'm saying this for both people who are employed, for both, okay, I shouldn't say for both, for people who are employed, for people who have their own businesses, for people who are building themselves, but also for people who are unemployed. You have to wake up every day with an intention, because I see that sometimes some people are waiting for you to get that particular job, that particular opportunity. What is even more crazy, you're expecting for someone to call you and tell you about the opportunity. No, the opportunities should find you on the roll, should find you in the grind, because I feel like millennials suffer from this. They believe ukuthi umuntu kumele ababambe ngesandla kutshele ukuthi basibani bani eShoprite bayaqasha, eAckermans bayaqasha, but no, you have to be in the streets. Okay, this is maybe not for everyone, but if you from the same background as me, you're just raised by a single parent, or even if you are raised by two parents, they are poor, it's just bare minimum and stuff. They just provide it for you as kids, but other opportunities, you have to scrap yourself. Unfortunately, no one is coming to save you. I don't know which point is this, but have a hobby. Hey, umntazana makabe nehobby. or indoda mayibe no-hobby. It's either you go to the gym, you run, you play netball, but come on, man, have a hobby. In your 20s, don't be just a boring person. You just watch Netflix. Nothing wrong with watching Netflix, but have a life, have a hobby. Another thing, be okay with making mistakes. Let me tell you, in your 20s, manengi amaphoso oyowenza maye mnabo, and be willing to learn from them. I think the biggest challenge that you realize in your 20s is that the desire to be perfect, the desire to show up to society. Babonise ukuthi when you are on, your relationship is fine, you're living this perfect life. There's no need. There's no need. Relax. There's no need. Relax. Another point I want to say, like, be able to be a person that slows down. It depends which way you want to slow down. But for example, with me, when I slow down, I take a leave and leave the country. But obviously, the trips that I get to travel, even though some of them are not in my YouTube videos, they're trips that are planned for your trip. And when you're finally burned out, or by the time that comes and leave the country. So, with that being said, I'm saying in your 20s, make sure you have a passport, because what do you mean you are in your 20s and you don't have a passport? Don't you want to see the world? Okay, fine. Maybe you don't want to see the world, but have habits of wanting to see ukuthi abanye abantu baphila njani, even if it's you going to the northwest and south as a form of unwinding. The last one, because I don't want this video to be long, as much as you have a job, as much as you're unemployed, or as much as you have a stream of income, always have a desire to have another stream of income. If you already have two, strive to have three. If you already have three, strive to have four. Because in this generation, if there's something that we have to preach, you cannot live on a salary alone. You have to skill yourself. Okay, I said that is the last one, but it's not. I want to say young skolong, young man, young woman, kupali yang skolong tu, kupali yang skolong. And if when I were yo lelo na boss woman I get the school, mina ngesithanda isikolo, I care you baby, but have a business. Have a business. Right, na ke tsebe gore ke ira business angazi ukuthi ngithome, I don't know what to do. Okay, you don't know what to do? Learn a skill. Learn a skill. Basically, what I'm saying is that in your 20s, don't waste your time in thinking you have time. You don't have time. You don't have time. Plant these necessary seeds in your 20s. Work on your mental health, exercise, learn how to save, buy a property. Buy a property in your 20s because it's easier. You have less responsibilities. Ungayi peer pressure. Stay on your lane. This is your journey. But most importantly, have a fairy tale life. Romanticize your life and treat your life as a beautiful movie. Wake up every day and affirm and say, I love my life. Actually, here is a challenge as we're starting a new week. Affirm this. I love my life. My life is a blessing from God. Number two, I'm receiving money. I love money and I'm willing to work for my money. I'm willing to gain skill for me to get money. I can invest. I can save. No one will come against me managing my money well. Number three, say I am the best version of myself, and every day I wake up to an opportunity to do well in my life, to work on my personal development. Number four, strive to have a beautiful relationship with the Lord. Have a good sense of spirituality. If you're not a Christian or whatever religion, but be grounded in what you believe in. Number five, be healthy. Be healthy and be a person who strives to take care of their health in what they eat and all that. I think I've mentioned a lot, but this is just the basic in your 20s that you can install. While year 2025 is coming, these are one of the tips or habits that you can install in your life. The next video, I think I want to share in depth, because I think I've once touched base on that, on how the 5 a.m. club habits changed my life. But in everything that I've said today, some of you probably have heard them before. But all I'm saying, girl, get up. This is what Sarah Jakes have said before. Girl, get up. You've been lying long for too long. Okay, now it's November. A new year is coming. Girl, what strategy do you have for your 2025? Please let me know in the comments that you would like me to go in depth in how to install good habits, positive habits, tips on how to thrive in the year 2025. I am Lelo, the boss woman. Ukhare wangemajalini. Gethokoza if you watch this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and suggest what you would like me to touch on, because I am here as a younger woman, but I'm also here for you, my younger sister. I want to become the sister that I never had. Anyway, to thriving and becoming the best version of ourselves, do subscribe into my YouTube channel. I love you so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. See you on the next video.